whatever application you make, whether human rights application under any article under ECHR or asylum application or humanitarian protection application, what you need to be consider, one need to consider is very important element of any application is you need to provide content supporting evidence. Now, supporting evidence is a question of fact, which is depend on your application, on your circumstance. But that's what many people do this mistake when they make this, just make an application, read some guidelines from home office website or gov website, and then they make an application preparing them. But you need a specialist advice on, especially when you make a human rights application or asylum a claim, or if you go to the tribunal of any court to do an appeal. You need to establish the fact what you are claiming, and to establish that you need to provide evidence. For example, if you made an application on the basis of private life or human rights application FLRFP, you need to establish you are integrated with the society. That means you integrated with the community in the UK, wherever you are, and you are basically rooted yourself in the community. You need to provide evidence. Now, what we do, we gave some evidence, general evidence, which is from some family friends ID, and claiming I have a family life. No, what you need to do, if you claim, I just said, for example, if you claim on private life basis, then how you establish your private life? You spend 20 years in your back home, you are living only 5 years in the UK, and claiming that I have established my private life. So does it make sense, or is reasonable to you? Where is you have strongest tie? Where you spend 20 years, over there you have strongest tie, or you have strongest tie in UK where you spend only 5 years or 10 years. Now, if you can provide strong evidence, then the burden can shift, and instead of 20 years, you can convince the Home Office visa officer that the 5 years is more strongest tie. How you can do it? Now, for example, if you are in the UK, you can collect a couple of letters, reference letter from different individual, community leader, adult community leader, counselor, doctors, school, sporting club, mosque, charity. They will write a letter in their letterhead. They will give their contact details, give their ID, put 10, 20 letter, reference letter, 5 letter from charity, letter from mosque. You are working voluntarily, different places, get a reference letter, photographic evidence. You are voluntarily giving food, helping vulnerable people, working with the homeless people. So that types of evidence put you in a better position that you integrated with the society. You are playing a football in a club, you are playing cricket in a club. That are the evidence. A letter from the official club letterhead, that will give you very good weight. Letter from mosque, letter from charity, letter from churches. These are the evidence that is very good and strong in evidence to prove that you integrate with the society, and you can claim on that basis that private life. Of course, if you have a family, this I said just for an example. Asylum claim, most of the people, I said just example, but as I said, it depends on your case, on your circumstance, and accordingly, a specialist on that field, a solicitor or a counselor or the barrister will advise you that in your circumstance, what evidence you can put forward before the decision maker. I said, for example, asylum claim. Wherever you are from, when you make an application, for example, you are from Afghanistan, you are claiming asylum in the UK, that you will face persecution. Now, most of the asylum seeker, as I said, from Afghanistan, for example, most of them giving common story in their asylum claim. Most of them. Either Taliban came to my home looking for my dad, and they killed my dad or killed my brother. My mom arranged some money or my uncle helped me to leave Afghanistan and I came in the UK through the Lodi, German, Italy, so and so. Majority story are like this. No, your history has to be an exceptional story, seems to be a true, genuine story. Now, the decision maker, the asylum intake unit, the immigration officer who do the interview, they are listening same story every day. When you tell your story, then it seems to them that this is not a credible statement. But if you put effort, tell your true story rather than make up the story. If you tell the true story, provide supporting evidence event by event through your life event, that is a credible story. For example, you came from Afghanistan, how old you was, when you was born, what are the circumstances before you left your country, what circumstance led you to decided to leave your country. Give overall picture, description of your family, description of your area, description of the law enforcing agency behavior, and then how, from where your journey start, who paid the money, how you enter Turkey, how you cross the border, how you came to Greece, how you came to France, how you crossed the border, English channel, and came to the UK, and why. One of the important things, why you didn't make a claim during that process. Why did you make a claim in France? Why did you make a claim in German? You needn't give an explanation. And that point, you need an advice. Why? Because many people came through, many people, the smuggler, basically, they bring these people in, push it in the UK. Now, you might be in a situation where you are under threat that you cannot leave the home, you cannot leave the lorry, you don't have a chance to seek asylum, or you had a chance, you was out of the lorry, or you are staying in a residential home, but there is a threat that if you seek asylum in Germany, if you leave the control of your smuggler, then might be they will damage your family, they will prosecute, or they will abuse your family in back home in Afghanistan. So that might be a scenario. So as I said, you need to go a lawyer, discuss your case, a true and genuine story, tell them what circumstance led you to come to the UK, why you can't seek asylum over there somewhere on the way. So that is the couple of gray area where basically you need to deal with, you need to work with. And when you tell and when you explain your position to the caseworker, and it reflect your emotion, that reflect your genuinity, then it looks like, no, you are a credible witness, you are a credible and genuine asylum seeker, and more likely your asylum claim will be successful. Evidence. You need to provide evidence, for example, the situation of your home country, your ID, Tashkara, passport, any text messages, communication, reference letter from different people. If you are come from, for example, in Nigeria or Ghana, what circumstance leaded you, any newspaper article, police report. So as I said, it depends on your circumstance. So that's why I think, in my opinion, you should consult with a lawyer before go to or seek asylum or make human rights application, whatever you do. So this is two area I discussed, basically a general advice, a general information. As I said, what about what types of application you made, whether human rights application, asylum application, where in further submission. It depends on circumstance, and accordingly you need to prepare your case. Further submission, many people seek asylum in the UK, Home Office refused their application. A couple of years has elapsed. Currently, there is no application outstanding. If you think about to make an application for further submission, what you need to do, again, prepare evidence. Now, if you rely on the same story what you did before, Home Office more likely refuse your further submission. You need to provide new evidence, change of circumstance. What are the new evidence? For example, if your asylum refused, might be there a chance you could get protection under humanitarian protection. Think about it. What is the humanitarian protection? When you are not eligible for refugee, Home Office can grant you leave to remain under humanitarian protection. That is, you will get again 5 years visa in the UK. So what you can do in further submission, the story is same, but what are the additional evidence you can produce to the Home Office to convince the Home Office that my circumstance has changed since my refusal of my application? Say, for example, you spent 2, 3, 4 years in the UK since the application refused, or since you claim the asylum. Now you have friends and family in the UK. You integrated with the society. You are playing in a club. You are going to mosque. You are going to church. You are going to a different club. You have social friend. You establish a network. So very good idea. Now you need to collect evidence. You need to get letter from people, 10 people reference letter, 20 reference letter, give everyone ID, tell them, request them to give evidence of their proof of ID and proof of UTTBs. Tell them to write what they think, how they consider you, how a bond you establish with them. Focus on it, how they feel that and how you feel them, whether as a family. Sometimes non-family member become a more closer than a family member, and you can claim on that basis your Article 8 rights. If you are suffering depression, any disease, any medical condition, tell your GP to write a letter. Collect this. Many asylum seekers, myself, say they are very vulnerable. They are suffering for depression, dementia, mental health issues. So tell your story, tell your mental health issue, tell how you feel, why you can't sleep because of the stress, because you don't have a paper, your family back home, you escape a prosecution that make you weak, your health is not good. Tell this story to your GP, and then GP will write a letter. So say, for example, so that's why you need to sometimes spend some money, because and I would say also consult 2-3 lawyers for the preparation of your case, because that will give you a very good idea. And on the first application, you could get your result from the Home Office. So this is a general tips or overall asylum claim, human rights claim, humanitarian protection claim, compassionate ground. Now, compassionate ground. What is compassionate? If you don't have anything left, your human rights claim failed, asylum claim failed, humanitarian protection claim failed. You can make an application compassionate ground. What is compassionate ground? Compassionate ground is circumstance where the Home Secretary will apply their discretion to consider whether you can eligible. Say, for example, I had a client from my real story, and that gentleman came in the UK as a visitor. He has a children in the UK, and back home he has a wife and one son. Both died by some reason, COVID and some disease. Now that gentleman can make an application back to home and make an application as an adult dependent relatives. Or he can claim human rights services in the UK or asylum. I assessed the claim and I said, well, let me honest with the Home Office, because this is the real compassion circumstance where he has no one to look after, and that circumstance is different. So anyway, I'm gathering evidence, explain his situation, and refer the case law. Write in application what your real situation. Seek help. Seek their kindness. Show your passion to this country and respect to them, and seek help from them. So compassionate circumstance, you can collect and rely different evidences again. So whatever ground you go, whatever way you go, you need to put content on your application. You need to provide evidence of your application one after another, and so that the caseworker, when he see his humanity, kindness, will stop from refusing your application. Viewers, this is a short video about general tips, how you can make your successful application, how you can make your application successful, providing resources, providing evidence, document, so that the caseworker will stop from refusing your application. This is a short video. I hope this information will help many of you. And if you think this will be helpful for you, please feel free to share with your friends and community. Bye for today.